You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
That's my lead-in.
There it is.
Well, welcome to SmackDown After the Show. There's only a kind of a naked cast here today. But, naked, yeah. But we're here, and you know, Ryan, what Bing is, right?
Bing is for doing.
It certainly is. And what are we doing?
We are doing another AfterBuzz SmackDown After Show.
Yes, we are. And who was our guest today, Ryan?
Our guest is Mr. Joe Franciosi. Franciosi.
I thought it was
Big
Schmo.
mistake. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Call me whatever.
Did I being called a Schmo?
I could care less.
You
You
don't
can call
care,
me
do you?
whatever you want. Call me asshole.
Yeah.
Call me whatever I want.
No, but I like you. I don't want to hurt
Fine.
you.
I'm like, you know.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
He's back again.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Thank
he's
you.
back.
Good to be back. It was fun.
You bring your expertise in here again.
Nah, try.
and some
I would
good
say
stories.
expertise.
Yeah, and some good stories. I just have to say something real quick. I have some friends out there that have a company called AnabolicOutlaws.com, and they sent me 3 shirts, which are really kind of cute. And they
Those are
have
badass shirts.
They are cool. Yeah,
Those are really nice.
And they have food supplements and clothing. AnabolicOutlaws.com. So go on the web and look for it for supplements if you're working out and you want to get in good shape, like Ryan here, who's getting really muscular and buff and
Working
I'm
on
fat
it.
as hell.
is making me feel old and skinny and all that kind of stuff. But it's all good. So let's get into the show of SmackDown because we're here to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I'll have something to say, but you can head start it out. I got something I want to say
All
about
right.
the opener.
The first segment?
Miz TV.
Yeah,
You don't like those kind of segments?
I didn't say that.
Usually I don't, but I at least like the fact that on Miz TV they have somebody who can kind of run the show a little bit.
Because I like him a lot.
I like him. Yeah, I think he's great. So I guess first thing, Miz came out and said there's been many shocking incidents in the WWE here recently. There's AJ and John Cena. Are they having an affair? There was rogue referee
Wait,
Brad
stop right
Maddox.
there. 1 second.
Oh,
She cheating on me?
she might be.
Yeah.
Oh, John?
I guess so.
I don't think I like that.
No.
No, but that's all right. Go ahead.
You wouldn't like. Maybe she's dressing up as a Girl Scout for him.
She can cheat on me, but not as a Girl Scout.
Okay.
That's my deal.
That's your
Did
deal
she
with
send
her?
you a picture?
Did she?
Did she?
No, I have one in my head though.
In a Girl Scout outfit?
I certainly do.
They are Facebook friends now.
And
though.
That's why I remember last time you were buddies with her on Facebook, and she.
I have you in a fireman's outfit.
Hey.
It says Fire Jose.
Well, anyways,
Go ahead. Yeah.
the one thing that's not shocking to him was Sheamus losing the world title at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So,
Was it shocking to you?
no,
You saw it,
wasn't.
right?
I did see it. Yeah.
What was your views?
Of the whole pay-per-view.
No,
that match.
That match was pretty good. The whole pay-per-view wasn't all that great. It was a really bad crowd. I mean, it was a bad
Remember you
crowd.
saying, yeah.
It was like crickets the whole night, and it was in Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, you would think that would be a good crowd, but yeah, it was. The crowd almost ruined the show.
Why would that be?
Why
the
would it
crowd
be
was
so
so
quiet?
down?
Yeah, why
I
is
don't
it
know.
down? I mean, they didn't
Because it wasn't a bad show. I mean, it became a bad show because of the crowd, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like a badly booked show by any means. I didn't think so.
The Sheamus Big Show match, though, was by far the best match on the whole card.
Yeah, definitely the best show, the best match.
Why do you say that?
From what I saw of it, it was just action packed towards the end. The whole last, last 8 minutes actually of the match
Yeah.
was just nonstop. But for those two guys, that's pretty good. And you're not really expecting much out of those guys in their match. You're kind of, this one's going to be kind of like a, let's just jump, just basic big guy versus champion match or whatever, and but they put on a show.
Yeah, I think Big Show's at his best right now. I mean, I think he's better than I've ever seen him. I just his.
Isn't that funny though? Because you think as time goes on, people tire out and they kind of slack off a bit because you know
what it is too. It's you're motivated by what you're given. Like he's the champion right now. He's motivated.
Right.
His stories have been good stories.
Yeah, they have,
and that motivates the talent to, you know, step up their game, which knowing Big Show, knowing like when I was there, he was not motivated. He hated being in, you know, Show Miz in that tag.
Right,
yeah.
You know, hated being in Jarrett's show. Thought that was just a waste of time. But now he's getting, you know, one-on-one by himself, a good push.
Yeah.
And
after how many years?
long.
Supposedly that would be because his attitude has changed as well.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's got a personal trainer he works with really hard, and like he really knows it was him.
He's a hard worker, man.
Yeah.
He goes to acting classes. I mean, you know, he goes to the promo classes that Vince does every
Right.
TV. He doesn't have to, you know, because he's Big Show, but he does because he wants to get better at everything.
That's
He'll
really
always
good.
go to stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
to get
that's
better.
cool.
He's one of those kind of guys.
That's really good. You know, at all levels, you get better at what you do.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
And sooner or later, just like he had to have gotten this chance, and you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now he's doing
he was
really
ready.
good with it.
I think he's just one of those special performers. We were lucky to replace Andre. I don't know that we'll get a replacement for Show when he's gone. You know,
You don't like Khali?
Oh, we'll get to that. No, we'll get to that one.
Khali's the best.
Well, I don't know how much longer Khali will be around,
That's coming
but
up.
because he's looking beat up.
Yes.
But,
All right, so
but anyways, I guess. Where were we here? So Sheamus came out. He said, "How did Miz do?" Miz lost. Miz made fun of Sheamus for losing his belt or losing the title. He made fun of Miz for losing as well at Hell in a Cell. Miz said the difference is that he has beaten Kofi, and Sheamus has never beaten the Big Show. And then Miz went on and talked about how he's the reason that Sheamus lost the title, which I thought was really funny. Well, I did this. What did he say? He is the one that won for Team Johnny, which gave Johnny the power to fire the Big Show, which motivated him to come back as the monster, which took his title from Sheamus.
Chain of events.
Yeah, the chain of events, which I thought was very clever.
Yeah.
On something like that, would Miz have come up with that on his own, or do you think that was written?
No, that was written.
That was written?
Yeah, those segments are written.
Okay. Just completely.
The thing I find it funny though, how many times have they done this Miz TV deal and SmackDown? Like they've done that like maybe 4 times.
4 times maybe, yeah.
In the last couple months.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's opened at least the last 2 shows. I think last week.
Yeah, let's not bury. Let's not burn people out on the segment. You know.
Yeah.
Because it is a good segment. Those are important, but spoon-fed, in my opinion.
Right.
What about Piper's Pit?
Spoon-fed.
Yeah. And I actually
People
like
loved it.
Oh, they love, yeah, but then sometimes you would get, you know, we're just doing this to fill time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't always get magic out of those segments.
Right.
I'm part of the school that says spoon feed them, give it to them. Right, you know, give it to them, they'll love it, and then make them want it.
Make them want more.
Yes.
Yeah, just a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Dribble it in.
Yeah,
Sure.
Don't kill it, you know?
those are hard to pull off.
Beating a horse with a dead
yeah.
stick or
Joe, it's the same thing in a match.
Yeah.
You do the same thing in a match. You give him a little bit and let it, and not too much after that, and then a little bit more.
Yeah.
Arnold used to do that when he was posing for bodybuilding. He'd do a bicep shot real quick. Boom. Everybody wanted more. He'd give him one quick one and leave stage.
Same thing.
Same deal.
Look where he is.
Make him beg for it.
Yeah. One of the hard things with these type of shows, though, is they'll always be compared to Piper's Pit. You know, that's the original, that's the best,
Yeah.
and so they're always like B compared to that. But I really like the Miz TV. It's probably one of my favorites that I've seen of these type of talk shows. So I think he does a really good job.
He does a good job. He's personable. He's nice looking. He's got the whole package down pretty darn good.
Yeah, he should have a job there forever as long as he doesn't mess it up.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah. So so then Kofi came out as well.
Right.
And got into it with Miz, and then the Big Show came out, and Sheamus wanted the Big Show to come down and fight him, which Big Show said, "You'll get enough of me at Survivor Series," and wouldn't come down.
Yeah, no reason to come down.
No reason to come down.
I've already proved myself, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to keep going over the same thing.
Right. So
There was a thing there, and I think it was back in here. They ran a little preview of the show last week with Vicky Guerrero and a couple of things that led into this, and they put
on Raw.
Yeah, and they put this soap opera music to it.
They did.
Yes, and I was talking to somebody about that.
I think I fast forwarded to that part.
Yeah, I talked to somebody about it yesterday or the day before. I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was. Somebody you know.
Was it Dean?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Dean. You're right. And he said the same thing. It was like really ridiculous. It's a soap opera now. With the soap opera music, like Days of Our Lives and As the World Turns. And
Man, they really want that so bad.
I know.
It's not gonna happen.
And he said that Spencer just went right. He says, I can't watch this stuff.
It's not going to happen.
Spencer's 12 years old. He's a wrestling fan. He doesn't want to watch the soap operas, right?
He doesn't.
I was just telling him about Spencer before we went on the air.
Then you know.
Oh, we have
But that's a good demographic right there to talk to because they're trying to get kids. And why would you put a storyline where a kid doesn't want to see guys and girls kissing? It's gross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And having an affair, and it's like, come on, this is
over their
wrestling.
heads.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was, and Dean did bring that up, and I saw it. I said, it's
kids like violence.
Yeah.
They love to watch. When I would do the little, get a couple kids in a room. What do you guys like to see? They like to see Nexus come in and beat the hell out of one guy and jump him, and then 5 good guys come out and just a big Pier 6 brawl. Sure. That's the best thing for kids. You see them jumping on the couches and kick his butt off.
Like big dudes in colorful outfits beating the crap out of each other. That's what I grew up watching. Big fat guys, Hogan and Hillbilly Jim and Junkyard Dog, all beating the crap out of each other.
If I want to see soap opera, I will watch, Erica Kane. I'll watch. General Hospital.
So why are they doing the openings of this show every week just like that? And it's taking up almost a half hour.
The talking.
Yeah.
I mean, once in a while they open with wrestling, but it's
legitimately too. In the ratings, it always tanks when you start off with action with wrestling.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's horrible. They'll just tune in and tune out.
Why is that?
I have no idea. I mean, I've always tried to figure that out too. Like, you'd think you'd want wrestling to start the show. It's action. It's fast paced. But I guess they want the setup. What's going to happen next on the show.
Well, you can do a setup like a trailer, but you can do it in quick.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be 20 minutes long.
And the majority of people watching these shows are not hardcore wrestling fans. They're average. They're your average wrestling fan.
Spectators.
They're not right. They're not the ones that are on the internet trying to look it up and those guys are all on Ring of Honor, and there's not that many of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it's like anything else, I mean, getting on this, but when you have a promo and you come in like that and you're going so long on it, and I've used this analogy before. When I was younger, we had the 33 RPM records, you had 6 songs on each side or whatever. I'd always listen to the first few seconds and this one, nope, this one, because your attention span can't go more than that. And it's the same thing here. You have a short attention span. Everybody says you do your YouTube videos, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, no more. Because people will get bored and want to move on.
Right.
So
it's MTV generation. Fast cutting.
So doing a promo on the beginning of a show like this, you could probably do like a real quick run through of all the matches, like whatever the soap opera part is, and then get into the show.
7 minutes tops.
Yeah, 7 minutes tops.
That's how I do it on my show on the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Yeah.
8. If you go over 8 minutes on a promo, it's no man's land after that. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God, get out.
Yeah.
Unless the person's like a CM Punk or someone really good. Sometimes they can pull it off, but
I would say lately Punk has been, no offense to you, Punk, if you're listening, you're boring me. Sorry, you're boring me.
It's too dragged out. It's like an argument with your girlfriend. Let's stop it after 3 minutes. Gets in the 20, 30, let's go eat a burger. I can't take this anymore. But it is, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it before, and sometimes not that they listen to us, but we like to think they do. They've cut it down to like 6, 7 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if it's 5, 6 minutes, it's doable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And let some other people talk too. Let some guys, get some guys over, come on. Don't all like Ryback. People talk about how Ryback is, the next guy to get pushed. He's going to be a big top star. How about Drew McIntyre? Like those guys. Let's push them. Yeah. Like they are. I mean, they are. I'm not. That was a bad example, but I would say, okay, Trent Beretta. Here's a guy that's awesome. Right. He could talk. He could wrestle. He's got charisma. They don't got nothing for him. I don't get it. Kurt Hawkins too. I don't get it. These guys have the talent. Push them. Let them talk. And it will.
Yeah.
resonate.
Because they really need to make new stars badly.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's the same. It felt like when I watched it, there were a lot more wrestlers that were focused on. There were a lot more, and even the mid card matches. If I was going to watch a pay-per-view, mattered. I mean, I cared from the first match to the end on SummerSlam.
Do you remember Matt Hardy Edge? That when legitimately got fired, because he talked smack to Edge on the internet about cheating on Lita with him in real life. They fired him, and come on, guys, that's going to be a hot angle if you do it for real. And they did. That was middle of the line. They did cage matches. They did, that was hot at the time. The main event at that time was Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels, which was, you know what I mean? It was embarrassing to watch if you're a wrestling fan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But keeping the stuff in the middle fresh, that could be,
Yeah, absolutely.
You're right.
They definitely need more guys like that.
Okay, well, all right. You want to go on the first match?
Sure. Well, first, I guess Booker and Show met up in the back, and Booker basically made the main event, which is Sheamus and Kofi versus Miz and Show. Yeah. The people of the WWE universe wants that match tonight.
Suckers.
So I don't know how Booker knows that, but I guess he's got his finger on the pulse of the WWE universe. So
get some Rosetta Stone.
Ryan, we've said this before. How much money does it take to produce that show?
Oh
my God.
Tons
of money, right?
Incredible amounts.
And you go on that night live and you say, okay, we're going to book the matches now. Did you have them ready like 6 weeks ago?
Oh yeah, we talk about that. We talk about that all the time.
That is another great point. Like, why would he make these matches now on a multi-million dollar?
And
you're right.
I've been thinking that recently too. That's one thing they don't do is promote things going on in advance. Like, you need to be promoting the show you're on right now. What's the main event? What's coming up? Promote next week's show and promote towards your pay-per-view or your big event going to.
Absolutely.
What's the main event of next week? What's and they never do that. It's just making it up as they go along, and they don't.
But, we know they don't.
Right, but they make us feel it's that way, and
they actually do. You know what I mean?
It was just
ways, 2 hours ago.
Do they?
Oh yeah, the SmackDown. Gosh, SmackDown is written on Friday and then ripped up on Tuesday morning.
What do they have, a chalkboard and they just erase it and put another name in like they do at Indies?
It's horrifying. Yeah, it's the worst because you're just sitting there all day waiting to get the new script and nobody knows what they're doing.
You can imagine if it'd be like in football on Sunday, they'd be like, let's just Jets and Patriots, you guys play today, and we'll figure it out next week.
Who should the Browns play today?
Who cares? Like they have all the teams down there waiting.
Let's spin a wheel. Let's spin a wheel and see who the Browns play today.
You know what? They could spin a wheel on there and see who's going to wrestle. That'd be kind of fun.
They do that. They've done things like that before.
Throw some dice, see who wins.
Yeah.
And for real.
Nah.
Not a work. For real.
I think that'd be great.
I do too.
I'm going to book my next tournament.
They've done some things recently where they'll go to Twitter and their Raw active thing, and you get to tweet what type of match you want to see coming up. And I mean, it's kind of lame a little bit, but they'll do whatever match wins.
Well, I've been in battle royals, and you guys probably know this. When you plan the battle royal, who's going out first and last? Because they put numbers in a hat and you pull them.
Yeah.
Whatever number you are is the number that you're going out. Remember the number ahead of you and the one after you. I always try to get number 1 so that I can get the showers first. They don't have showers.
You just eliminate yourself.
They don't have showers today, right?
Yeah, we don't have showers.
Oh, really? We do. Actually, we do. Yeah, we have showers at our.
Oh, you guys do. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We're hardcore, man.
Whoa.
We don't have catering, but we have showers.
Yeah, but
that's a very nice facility they have there because they're at a studio, so they've got all those dressing rooms up there. It's really nice.
Do you have a guy that washes your back for you?
No, I don't touch the showers. I'm too busy doing everything.
I don't mean you.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Are you the guy that washes their backs?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
We should hire one though. I guess.
So the first match was Sin Cara versus Darren Young.
Yes.
Which was good. I guess opening match.
I had said something to you about that yesterday.
What was it you said to me?
I don't know.
Is that what you call it is what it is?
They're both good. I mean, I've nothing wrong with them. But, when you're giving your all-out effort, and we've talked about giving your clotheslines like you mean them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And I saw that what you were talking about.
Yeah, he just kind of went through the motions and came this and went through the motions. It's like you're not even throwing it.
Yeah.
The guy's right there.
Yeah. letting him bump.
It didn't look like he was really trying to hurt the guy.
No.
Yeah.
He looked like he was trying to miss him. Mm-hmm. And that
Nailing
happens.
it in.
Yeah. That happens.
Yeah. I'll say, you know what I liked? JBL mentioned New Japan in this. I thought was kind of cool. He's been mentioning like Puerto Rico.
He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't care. He'll mention anything, won't he?
Yeah, he's been awesome.
I'm surprised he hasn't
commentary.
mentioned vote for Mitt Romney.
He's always slamming Matt Stryker too. I gotta believe he really doesn't like Matt Stryker.
I gotta believe that too.
Yeah, I mean he's really talking. He's talking all kinds of smack. I've loved JBL since he's been back on commentary. He's really freshened it up.
Even back then when he was Bradshaw with a black mustache and the black hair, he looked like he was stiff and just evil.
Oh, that clothesline from hell is nasty looking.
I know.
I'm afraid of that guy. He intimidates me just as much as Vince.
He looks like he'd be crazy in real life. You know,
Not crazy, but
you know what I mean,
intimidating.
I know I've heard he's an intimidating guy.
Very, yeah.
And have you noticed Sin Cara is definitely getting better. Teaming with Rey Mysterio was a brilliant idea for them to do that. Yeah, he's really, you can see that he's been rubbing off on him.
Yeah, the two work really good together. That's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I hope they keep that tag team together because they could be a really cool tag team.
Plus, Ray's hurt too, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
So it kind of takes a little bit off.
Yeah,
him,
and Sin Cara had just come off an injury, and so he had, he couldn't do some of the things he'd been able to do previously, and you could see it. He was suffering for it. And I think Ray's really helped tone him down.
Chocolate in your peanut butter.
Then we moved on to, after that, Titus O'Neil grabbed the microphone and challenged, Joe said, what happens when a little dog gets in the ring with a big dog, and challenged the little dog, Rey Mysterio. I think that's like his fraternity cry or something like that he was talking about. It's, I forget where he went.
Does anybody, can I tell a real quick Titus O'Neil story?
I would love a Titus O'Neil story.
NXT, there was a comment. I can't remember who made the comment on, you know how they used to do those little confessionals about the guy, like the pros would talk about the rookies. I think I want to say it was Miz, because I would imagine Miz would say that. But he made a comment about Titus O'Neil's yellow teeth. Right?
Oh, right.
He said something about do something about those yellow teeth, right? Honest to God, 2 weeks later at TV, Titus O'Neil comes walking in with his brand new, bright, pearly white choppers that looked like Matt Dillon from It's Always Something About Mary or whatever. It was.
His teeth are pretty white.
They were ridiculous, and it was just like, really? You're gonna get really? That's gonna bum you out? You're gonna go get brand new teeth?
Wow.
Well, he took it to heart, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
that's funny.
My gosh, but I guess it's just vanity.
So anyway, Titus challenged Rey Mysterio, and they went to a break and they came back. And one thing I liked is they said that during the break, Teddy Long made this match official, which I like that they mentioned that, because sometimes guys will just challenge people and then they'll wrestle a match, and it's like, well, on whose authority did this match just happen? There's a referee, and so I at least like the fact that they said that Teddy Long made this official.
That's a good thought. I didn't think about that. You're right. Yeah. What was the finish on the match? Do you remember?
Oh, what was the finish on that? Was this the roll? Ray got him with a roll up, right?
Okay, remember that.
Yes. Okay, and now I know what you're talking about. I remember. Yeah.
Don't say anything else until we get there.
Okay.
Okay, it was a roll up.
Yes. I think Ray was in the corner. Titus, roll up schoolboy. Okay. Ray was in the corner. Titus, he moved out of the way. Titus ate the buckle. He rolled him up and got the 3 count.
Okay. So we'll just remember that. I'm not going to say anything else right now, okay? All right, then go on where you want to go.
All right, so from there, we go into the back with Booker and Teddy and Natalya. And Natalya is basically trying to get Eve's job.
Right.
And David Otunga then shows up and...
he spits all over her.
He's going to try to take the job. He spits all over her, and then she slaps him, and he spits all over
your basic
Teddy.
Comedy act right there.
And in that, they make...
get some pies, start throwing pies around,
Pretty much.
So Otunga's going to have to wrestle Khali tonight.
Right.
So
I'm begging Otunga to go to acting class. I'm begging him to do that.
You're right.
He's just stiff. He's stiff.
I said actually the same thing on Raw a couple weeks ago on the Raw AfterBuzz. Yeah, I think he needs some acting classes.
And this coming off of him being in a movie as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like, come on, guys.
I know.
Have a little respect for your art.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right. I picked up on it right away.
Yeah, he's got some. I do like him though. I think there's something there with him. But I do.
The guy's shredded. He's shredded.
Yeah, he looks.
He doesn't suck.
Obviously, he didn't have to go through the drug testing.
Obviously not. Yeah. Obviously he knows what to do.
And his connections to Hollywood do not hurt. You know, him and being in WWE. That's a good thing to have. You know,
and who's he married to?
He's engaged, I think, to Jennifer Hudson, Oscar winner.
Yeah, they're not married yet.
I don't think so. Not yet. But
he's not worried about money.
No, not at all. I mean, and that's a great connection for WWE. They won't get rid of him. No. You know,
there's your WrestleMania Star Spangled Banner every year.
Yeah, and he's got something. I think he's got something. He just needs to fix a few things.
He's got a great look.
Yeah, great look. He can work. I mean,
just need to polish a few of the dot the I's and cross the T's.
Yeah.
I mean, that Harvard lawyer thing is great. I mean,
the coffee is great.
Coffee's great. Yeah, it's the line delivery that needs to. Yeah. He needs to loosen up a little bit, but he'll get there.
Okay.
So we go to then Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton with, I guess, Del Rio came down for commentary briefly. But this is the rubber match. This is the third time now they've wrestled in the last week and a half or so.
Yeah.
They wrestled again on Raw, and this is the rubber match.
What do you think of Wade Barrett?
I like him.
Do you?
Like him a lot. I think he should be getting one of those pushes right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a fan, right?
Not yet. But I wasn't a fan of some people. I never liked CM Punk, and I think he's great.
True.
I like him now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
When did you start liking him? I mean, what was the evolution for you? What made you like Punk?
When I saw him doing promos, and he was just so convincing in his delivery, and then I saw him. He was doing a lot of hold to hold and things that old school moves. That he had in his
selling's really good.
His selling's really good. I mean, when I started paying attention, when I first saw him with long hair, I said, "There's a skinny guy that shouldn't be in wrestling."
Yeah.
And then he started to fill out and getting muscle on him. And then he started wrestling like a wrestler and really knowing how to sell and get out of stuff and working it and selling his leg if something happened to him. Never gave up on that, right? And then his promos started being really, really good. And then I really began to like him.
Yeah.
And I'm personal friends with John Cena, and I would never say anything bad about him. But I just don't see him in the ring doing anything for me anymore. You got that guy, and you got CM Punk's that really working hard, and John Cena sells, and I don't believe it.
Because they're marketed to two totally different demographics.
Is that why?
Yeah, you've got Punk, who's more of your underground.
He's a wrestler's wrestler.
Yeah, wrestler.
Exactly.
And then
John Cena's your sports entertainer.
And 8-year-olds. And who buys stuff? It's the parents buying stuff for their little kids. If you go to the movies, what are always the biggest movie? It's the Pixar movie. It's the movies for kids.
Right.
That's why when you go PG-13 or R-rated, your box office drops once you take kids out of the market. Because kids are the ones going, I need the John Cena shirt. I just bought you that John Cena shirt. Well, I got the orange one. I need the purple one.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best thing, too. Because I saw that firsthand at a SummerSlam. He started, during the week, he was John Cena wearing orange with the orange T-shirt. SummerSlam comes out with the red T-shirt. Mm-hmm. They put the red T-shirts out in merch, after his match starts. Mm-hmm. Sold out.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
Just quickly,
and they're the worst shirts I've ever seen. By the way, they're so horrible.
Yeah, and that's why I say the people always argue with me. They need to turn him heel. He's getting stiff. I'm like, I agree, but they'll never do it because of those until kids stop buying those T-shirts.
He is a heel.
Yeah,
that people don't need to know that he's hated by everybody. Yeah, everybody hates him.
You have to do iTunes.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Just quickly, if everyone can go to iTunes and rate us, that would be great. Tell a friend. Just takes a minute.
Tell more than one friend.
Tell all your friends.
All your friends.
Yeah.
All 7 of them.
And you can download us on your iPhone. Listen to us on the gym. Listen to us in the car. Whatever.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go.
Right.
I liked Cena's pink shirt.
I do too. I like
the breast cancer pink shirt. Yeah.
I really like that.
I like I like what they did with that.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that's a cool.
It's a very cool thing they did.
$1 million. I mean.
Yeah. Did you see that on Raw?
Yes, I did.
They don't say anything about that in the media, do they?
No.
But how quick? That was pretty fast that they raised that too. It was just a matter of a couple weeks.
That's all his T-shirts, dude. That's all his stuff. Gets sold.
$1 million
in a month.
Yeah.
So imagine if he's getting paid his merch check, and what do they get? 10%, a month.
Does he get it off a breast cancer thing, or is that donation?
No, that's donated.
Nah,
that's all donated.
probably all donated.
But I'm just saying, like imagine his normal paycheck for just merch.
Well, what looks way back when
He
he was
deserves
doing
that. Did work
the
so
rap
hard.
thing, or the CDs and the rap music and all the things he had marketing then.
Yeah.
And he had the accent going on.
And he comes up with all his ideas, all those shirt ideas. That's all him.
Oh, wow.
He comes up with that stuff. All the wrestlers come up to him and go, "Hey, can you help me figure out a T-shirt design
for $100.
Yeah, he's like, I saw him, John Cena giving Big Show tips, only tips.
Yeah,
like draw up, do this, do this. I'm not gonna make it for you, but
funny. Well, Wade Barrett, we were talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's good, and I think he's got the look. I don't see him, as we spoke, as a brawler or a bare knuckles champ because they haven't pushed that.
They don't ever do that. Yeah, they should do something with that.
They should do something with
that. The character needs some polish. The jacket throwing off doesn't make sense to me.
I think
they really need to get in there with that.
Like if they do anything with like you said, bare knuckles brawling. I mean, let's tape up his fists. Let's
or he could come in as a shorter cook with a spatula and smack the sizzle out of somebody.
Yeah. Put him in like shorts, like CM Punk used to wear, just like gym shorts or MMA shorts.
He knocks everybody out.
Yeah.
Make it like an angle where it's kind of like Any Which Way You Can with Clint Eastwood, where he's the bare knuckle guy, and let's go fight in the parking lot, man. Let's not forget the ring. Let's go box in the parking lot.
Who was the wrestler that came in from UFC a few years back? He's not doing. He runs a school.
Oh, I know
Ken Shamrock.
No. Oh, are you talking about Shamrock?
Yeah, that guy was the real deal. Mm-hmm. And they could have pushed that all the way to the limit and have him do some shoot stuff like that. And same thing with Wade Barrett. If he's going to be the real deal, push it that way.
Yeah, they kind of did. They had that Owen Hart match in the Lions Den,
Yeah, oh yeah.
They tried. I mean, but yeah, they need to push this.
Right. We need to move on. So I guess just quickly in this match, Del Rio attacked before the match, attacked Orton, and
whenever anyone gets attacked before a match by someone, they are losing.
So is that in the writer's handbook?
That's in the writer's handbook. Yes.
So he attacked him, and then they got thrown out, and we went on through a pretty good match actually. I think between these two, until Del Rio came back out and distracted Randy, which brought Ricardo Rodriguez up to the apron. He went after him, and he got rolled up for the win. And this is what you wanted to talk about.
Is your roll-up?
Yes.
It's a roll-up. 2 in a row.
2 roll-ups in a row.
Oh. Why did he get rolled up, too? He got beat up, and then you could have given him his finish.
Yeah, I mean, it was a different situation on the roll-up, but it was still this. It was a schoolboy.
It's still 2 finishes exactly the same
back-to-back
match. Yeah. And we always say don't do that.
Yeah, that's the rule, man. That's the rule. They broke their own rule.
Yep.
Well, they always do.
Yeah. They don't pay attention.
Yeah, they seem to break their own rules.
Guys, I'm begging you to watch your TV show.
Okay. To watch what?
I was telling Vince to watch his own show.
Oh, gotcha.
Vince, I know you're listening to me right now. Take the steak out of your mouth and watch your show.
So after this, Orton attacked Del Rio at catering. Which I thought it was really cool. I actually really liked the way parts of this I liked and some parts I didn't. But I liked how Del Rio came, Stryker got him for the interview, and in that, it was almost like a scene out of the Terminator, where Randy comes in the background, you see him walk in, turn around, see Del Rio, and come in as Del Rio's, still talking, just see Randy coming up and just attack him.
Was he holding a plate? Like, was he serving himself when that happened?
Because that would have been great. I didn't notice that.
If Randy would have walked up to the food line with a plate in his hand, putting a little bit of chicken on it, and then turn around and
yeah. Well, I think he was hunting for him because after after the match, he went out bolting looking for Del Rio.
Okay.
So that was it. He was looking for Del Rio in the back. So I don't think he was worried about food. If Del Rio had a plate and he was serving up some food, that would have been great.
Yeah. Man, that catering, dude.
Yeah, and the thing I didn't like about this was Ricardo Rodriguez getting the scalding coffee thrown on him. I didn't believe that for a second.
Not at all.
And that's a really hard thing to pull off. They should just not have done that.
Yeah.
That just shouldn't have been written in. I think you need a pretty good actor to pull that off.
Advantages now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's coffee, and then he got chili thrown on him, and I mean, he was all of a sudden, laying there just a little bit, but I mean, it's like you were scalded, and you would see blisters forming on him. Like it was an ill-conceived idea, I think, but overall, I like the fight. The backdrop through the table was really cool and really scary. Because if he missed that a little bit, I mean, that's right, a backdrop right on the cement.
Yep. But it's like I told you before. There's the fight back there. It's just the way it is today. The punches and all that. I don't believe it anymore. Maybe I've just seen too many years of it.
You're jaded.
I am jaded. There's no repercussions of every action. There's a reaction, and he's getting his head pounded in. There's no blood. There's no
no blood allowed.
No, I know that, but I'm saying in a real fight.
But in a real fight,
yeah. Or there should be some redness in the face, or there should be something. And there's nothing. And then, like I told Ryan, I don't like punches to the head, because punches to the head would break your fist. It would break it. Yeah. And these guys all do that. When you want to throw them in here and like your elbows you're throwing now, your forearms are like really good. That looks a lot more effective to me.
Punches are illegal too, but
they are. Yeah. But not at the food table. But you know yourself, they look a lot better when you throw the forearm.
Yes.
So, and then you can actually hide it that way. You don't have to really show the punch. You're doing the forearm.
Yeah, people do straight punches to the forehead. Yeah. It's like, come on, you're right.
Never do that.
Even though I'd rather take a punch in a forearm sometimes. Some of those forearms can be pretty stiff.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
My forearms are pretty stiff.
That's what I'm
always
saying.
Fun to take.
But it's more believable. It's more believable.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear that smacking because you're really throwing a pretty stiff forearm at somebody.
All right, let's go to Joe's favorite guy.
Khali versus Otunga.
Khali's awesome. He's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
Are you being facetious?
No. Okay. I love the guy. He's awesome. He's a great guy.
I'm sure he is. You should see him.
I've heard he's can be difficult to work with.
No, not difficult to work with. By how? Did they say he was a dick? Or
no, nothing like that.
Difficult to work with, as we did. I had to produce a promo with him one time that brought Vince out because he couldn't get the promo. All he had to do was say Wade Barrett. And it took at least 30 takes to get him to say Wade Barrett.
Really?
Like, he kept saying Wade Body, Wade Body, always Wade Body, you and me now. That's the promo. And Vince would just say Carrot, Barrett, Carrot. Wade, Betty. It was the best. Oh, I was dying.
Did they get that all on camera?
All of it. No, we were shooting. I mean, they cut everything, but everything was, And then another time when we did the infamous, when I pulled my eye, I was talking about that. Yeah. Part of that bit was Khali and the great Ranjan Singh coming out on the stage singing, putting on the Ritz from Young Frankenstein. So the whole deal was, when, if you go, where to go to, why don't you go where fashion fits? Khali, put on the Ritz, right? You think that's easy enough to do, right? No. That was an all-day affair right there. Man. All day.
Oh, my God.
But he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
I'm sure he is.
This match wasn't bad, actually. I didn't think for him. I mean, there's some stinkers.
He just looks like he's got a broken back, man.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yes, I feel. I mean, he does.
He looks like he is in worse pain than Andre the Giant ever was.
Just can't get up.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Just that the finish. I mean, everything actually looked okay. They protected him pretty well. I think Otunga did a really good job actually in this match. That boot to the corner that he missed just looked painful. It didn't look very good. That was the one thing that didn't really look really bad. And it's painful to see him move around. He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
A lot of pain.
Yeah.
Got a great look though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't teach 7 foot.
I know.
I would have put a mask on him.
Oh, his face is too good to have a mask.
You think?
Yeah, that big crazy. His face looks like a mask.
Yeah, he's got that character face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So after that, we went to Natalya flirting with Khali.
Okay, we'll go there. One last thing. His face is like the mask from Scream.
A little bit, the jaw. Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually got to say, though, the finish I thought was cool with him, the chop to the face.
Oh.
You know, I mean, I'm sure that wasn't exactly enjoyable to take. It looked awesome, though.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, Khali and Natalya was flirting with Khali a little in the back and said, "No, you got big hands there."
Ooh.
And
Another PG reference right there.
And I was waiting for Khali to like say something. It's like, why didn't you say anything? And now after your story is maybe they tried.
Oh God, they were just begging. Hey, can you just react like and visibly smile. At least a little bit, Khali, please? But Khali is the best. I would have sat there and watched that. I bet you that was.
I hear he's a smart guy too. He's pretty.
I guess when he's speaking Indian, probably.
Yeah. Doesn't he speak a bunch of languages?
Nothing.
Just
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not.
Gibberish.
Everything but English.
Okay. Maybe I'm getting people mixed up.
That's all right.
So then we went to Justin Gabriel versus R-Truth.
Okay. I have something to say about that match. I liked it.
Yeah.
I did too.
I think that was my favorite match of the night.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Why do I say that? Because both guys are really good.
Yeah.
Very competitive.
No story, no real. It's just guy wrestling another guy. No heel versus baby face.
No, it's just good.
And
BS wrestling.
You know what they used to call that? A scientific match.
Yes.
Years ago.
I'll say we've argued.
That's what it was.
You and I are on the same page on this, and we've argued with people about this before. But I don't care. Babyface, heel, like. Babyface heel, it's got to be that. I know some people, babyface and heel shouldn't matter anymore. I completely disagree. If it's not a babyface and heel, I don't think it works as well. Yeah,
you're right.
I think that it's the classic good versus evil. I mean, and you can get away with it sometimes, but it doesn't ever work nearly as well.
I agree with you. I have thoughts on that because it's always been that way since day one.
Yeah,
and then
since the first day of humanity, it's been good versus evil. I mean, it's the classic story.
You're absolutely right. And every once in a while, old school, they would do this. And they still kind of do it. They would call in a babyface match, two babyfaces together, because they call it, we have a scientific match. And the guys would do that, and they'd shake hands, they'd do something, shake hands, until you get to the very end, and one would heel on them, and then it takes it to that level. But I'd rather...
I've had enough of this.
Exactly. But you can't do it with two heels, like Chris was saying.
Yeah, I mean, and they've tried, but it doesn't work because you don't have anybody for the audience.
Because both guys are going to cheat the whole time to get over on the other guy.
And the audience isn't going to get behind those guys unless you have a heel that's kind of a tweener or a little bit of a face, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I just personally think
I'm a fan of it.
No, I agree with you, Ryan. I mean, you're right. But
he's right. You are right. But I like to mix up my. I like to put sunflower seeds in my salad. You know what I mean?
Well, sure. No,
absolutely.
I get that.
And there's sometimes you can do it, and it totally works.
But I would never do heel. You're 100% right about that.
Yeah.
But then again, like we were saying, in tournaments, you got to be, the heel's gonna wrestle a heel if it's legit.
Sure. The only problem, and the thing that you do run into, the issue with that though, is things like tournaments become very predictable at a certain point. Especially in a semifinal match, we know in the finals is going to be this face. It's got to be the heel that wins.
That's the thing. Not always.
Yeah, not always, but usually that's the way it works. So that's where you kind of fall into that, where that can be a problem because you can become predictable that it has to be heel face. So it is good to try to mix it up sometimes.
Everything is based on that movie's everything.
Yeah.
Even though Justin Gabriel, I'd be surprised that he doesn't get booed. Just the way he looks.
Yeah, and they're starting to give him a little bit of a push. He
can work. Great. He can definitely work.
Yeah, there's just something about him that I don't get excited about yet. I think
it's
they
the hairstyle. He kind of looks like a schoolboy.
Yeah.
He looks like one of those Japanese. Like a Japanese.
Yeah,
I get it.
Anime character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. He does. He can move.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, he's got some moves. I didn't realize he's third generation.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, from South Africa. His father and grandfather were both wrestlers.
There you go.
So
he's royalty.
I'm third generation.
Wrestling?
No, my life.
Your life.
I've had 3 major turns in my life, and this is my third. So from childhood to here to what I did with wrestling and bodybuilding, and now what I'm doing, that's third. There's 3 echelons. So I call that 3 generations of the Rick.
You're in stage 3.
Stage 3.
Nice.
So yeah, they shake hands at the end there. So like two good baby faces too.
Yeah, it was a good match. Definitely a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. And we went on after that to the main event, which would be the reformation of Show Miz. Well, I guess at first we had Show and Miz in the back.
Trying to get away from, well, I don't want to be in Show Miz.
Yes.
I don't like you.
And I actually liked this little bit between the two of them. I thought it was funny with Miz kind of, saying, hey, like when we're in Show Miz, we'll do it like this. And he said, no, I am, what he said, I'm the superior here and you will do what I say or I'm going to knock you out. Now hand me my belt. And I love that. They just, give me my belt, which is right there. And
he didn't say belt, did he?
Yeah, he said, or did he say belt or did he say
give me my title?
Did he say give me my title? Okay,
it's not a belt.
Yeah, that's right. He did.
I don't remember.
I can't.
No, it's a title.
It's got to be title. Yeah,
you can't say
they
belt.
would never let belt on TV.
Belt is a word you're not allowed to say.
Yeah,
it's like wrestling.
Why is that?
Because it's not a belt; it's a title.
Yeah,
it's a championship.
You mean when my fan belt went on my car, I had to say,
"Well, that's a belt.
Give me a fan title."
That's a dirty,
but that's
greasy belt.
Yeah. I love that.
This title, this WWE Championship title.
Well, we had a conversation last week about too many belts with the Ballards. Remember, there's too many titles. There's too many belts. Yeah. I said you should have one voted by the fans, general title for the fans, and we call it the fan belt.
There you go. That's good
right?
stuff, man.
Yeah, okay.
I love how he punked him out and said, "Give me the belt." I've seen some producers do that to PAs, be like, "Get me a Coke," and it's the cooler's right in front of their feet.
Yeah,
it's like he's such a jerk. It's such a scummy thing to do. But so then we go to the match: Miz and Big Show versus Kofi and Sheamus.
Yeah,
and I loved here where. Sheamus said something to him about, like, he gives him the big chop, and he's like, wrestling. Show's like, you want me to wrestle? And Show went hold to hold. He picked him up, put him down, put him in a headlock, took him up, did a headlock takedown, and started actually doing some real wrestling moves. I thought that was awesome.
It's good to
Show's the man.
Yeah, you throw that in every once in a while. It shows that he can do something.
He can. I mean, the guy's legit. He's amazing. I mean, he's absolutely phenomenal.
I still won't watch Knuckleheads, though.
Refuse. Oh, I won't watch that. No, I don't care how. Yeah, I don't need to watch that.
You could win an Oscar. I will never watch that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Show's amazing. He's one of my favorite guys to keep watching. Yeah. I think he's one of those guys that when he's gone, he'll be gone, and we'll never get another one. So love him and watch as much as you can.
And he could have easily been like a Goldberg too. You know what I mean? Like he got
very easily.
When he first came in, he was against Hulk Hogan. Boom, right out the chute.
He won the title his first match. Against Hogan.
So he could have been like Goldberg to make all your money, make it all now, and then when your contract's over, go away.
Mm-hmm.
No, this guy went to OVW when he got too fat. Worked on his work.
They humbled him. I mean, they sent him down, but he didn't quit.
But he didn't quit. He kept going.
A lot of guys would have quit.
Stayed with it. He's a wrestler. He's a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Deserves everything he gets. Yeah. Not like Bill Goldberg, who is a flash in the pan, who...
Yeah.
When people say Ryback and Goldberg have comparisons, they are absolutely not alike in any way. Yeah. The only reason they're alike is that the people chant.
I hear Skip Sheffield's just a huge fan of wrestling. He wants to do this.
Skip Sheffield is a wrestler. Skip Sheffield had trained for wrestling for the last 10 years to get to this point in his life. He didn't just come from a football team and automatically get put into something and get over, but then think you're Buddy Rogers in your second year in the business, and
how old is he?
Who, Goldberg?
Or Ryback?
Ryback. Oh, Ryback's probably like
30,
30.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more. But that guy's been everything, around. Man. He was he was
on Tough Enough. I didn't even realize that. He was on
Ryan
the 4th season of Tough Enough with Miz.
He's the silverback. He was the silverback.
I heard that, yeah. I don't remember him, though.
They gave him some kind of wild scientist gimmick.
I heard about that. That down in really OVW or something, right?
Yeah, they gave him that. And then they gave him like in NXT, he was the trucker.
He was like a cowboy type thing, right?
Well, it was a truck. He was a trucker.
Okay.
Like boop, boop, boop. That guy. He was that guy, and
he's a strong guy. We know in wrestling how we're supposed to work loose and all that, but it picks people up and walk around with
like
him
a baby,
like a nothing. Yeah.
But then some guys look like they don't want to get a light for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's happened a couple times. And Heyman as well. Heyman did it.
Heyman?
Yeah, Heyman didn't get up on a house show. I guess I haven't seen the footage, but I guess it happened again.
I guess that wasn't in the script.
So you thought the match was pretty decent, huh?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No, I don't like those.
I like that bit where Show wrestled, but yeah, I mean it was what it was.
Yeah, it's just a repeat of something that they've done before.
Yeah. So this Monday we're gonna have Sheamus and John Cena versus Big Show and CM Punk or something.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm just saying, it's every week. It's this main event. Let's put them in a tag match and make it like some super match.
Yeah, and you know that ruins tag. You know, they're trying to rebuild the tag division, and tag team matches we talk about the Shannon all the time. It's not just two dudes thrown together. You know, there's it's a different type of wrestling. There's, you know,
strategy.
There's strategy. Two guys, you know, should be double teaming and cutting the ring in half. And when you just throw these two guys together, it's a different type of match. You can't really do it that way, and that almost takes away from the other tag team matches when you're just throwing these main event tag matches together. You know, tag matches, 6-man tags, all that.
Yeah, Ryan and I were talking about a good point the other day, and they've gotten away from the reason they were even in the ring wrestling, and nobody even knows why. They do their match and they leave and they go out mad. The reason they're in there, and it was years ago, is to make some money. They get paid for their match. If you win the match, you get the money. If you lose the match, you don't get anything. And they've lost that somewhere along the way. You've got to win. Say, I've got that. I got the check. And I got the main event check. Look, in fact, I got a main event check in 1975 at the Olympic Auditorium for $500. It's a bogus check. They hand it to me on TV, and I'm supposed to give it back for the next week. And I took it home, and I still have it.
That's awesome.
It's on my website.
That is awesome.
Signed by Mike LaBelle, Hollywood Wrestling Office. But that shows that you're there for a purse, you know, for something.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see a window. Go have a guy walk. Like, wouldn't that be great to have like maybe a backstage vignette and in the back, you know, they like one of the things I always say, make it look real in the background. So when you produce one of your backstage pre-tapes, always have people walking in the background. Right. Always have some guy, like maybe have a guy and a girl, you know, set them up on the wall and have them pretend to be having a conversation. Just to make it look real. Why don't you have a window that says pay window and then put all the guys that won that night standing in line?
Well, you give them a voucher. You give them a voucher with security, and they go up and they collect their money.
And just, and make it subtle, too. Like, don't say, hey, is that the pay window?
Yeah, and then at that point, maybe just one out of line gets in a fight with the guy he wrestled in the ring. Regardless, he says, I won that match. That money's mine.
Exactly.
He grabs it and takes it away, and they build a match off it.
See how look at us.
Hey, we got it all figured out, don't we?
This is how it is. It's all brainstorming.
It would be funny.
It would be very funny.
Yeah. Whenever
it would be okay.
Ryan,
too.
Watch next month. They'll do that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Let's hey, you know, honestly, and I will honestly, before I worked there, I would say, you know what? They're not watching TNA, and they're not taking any ideas from TNA. They're not doing that. Why would they do that? I would say that before. Now that I've worked,
they just took an idea from TNA on Monday.
Watch. The writers read the dirt sheets. They watch different shows and steal ideas.
Sure.
They do that, yes. Vince doesn't do it. Vince has no idea who AJ Styles is. Vince has no idea who Dixie Carter is. He doesn't know who she is. But, you know, writer number 35 that pitched AJ and John Cena having an affair watched that
TNA.
tank on TNA, but said, hey, you know, I bet you that would work on our show. Let's try and tweak it out.
Somewhere. Sure.
But Vince has no clue. That's true.
No.
And you would never say, yeah, I got this off the other show. Check this. You know, you'd never say that.
No, of course not. But it happens all the time
But
in
they
business.
do.
You know, in production, you go up with an idea to pitch a show, and they say, we don't want that. Next time you see it on TV, it's switched a little bit, but it's the idea.
Yeah.
It
But
happens
honest to
all
God,
the time.
on the bus right after Raw, every writer is on Pro Wrestling Torch looking up what they said. What did they say about my segment? What did they say about my segment?
Yeah.
I was like, I was shocked at that, actually.
Doesn't surprise me. So we hit it all right?
That's everything. So
okay.
We're
cool.
How do you want to rate the show?
I'd say this is like a C plus maybe for me.
Okay, me too.
Because I don't
give
think
a minus.
maybe just a C. Yeah, it wasn't strong in wrestling. I don't think overall. Not a lot of exciting wrestling matches for me.
Just one.
Just a bit of a ho hum show. Not terrible, but
no,
you know, passable.
It is what it is.
You can fast forward a lot and not miss anything.
Yeah. Hate to see that.
Well, Ryan, you won't be here next week, I'm sorry.
No, I won't be. I will be in Boston. I will be actually training over at the former Killer Kowalski School, New England Pro Wrestling Academy.
Let your friends know so they can come visit you.
Great.
Yeah. Let my friends. Oh well, no, I'll just be training there, not doing a show.
So what?
But
have them come and say
maybe
hi.
my mom will come and watch me.
Shoot some video, bring it in, we'll run it up here.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I like to see you throw up.
No, it might be fun to show. We'll do like an old school stuff.
Okay.
Okay. And Joe, what's up with you? Where we can find you?
At CWFH Schmo, Twitter, and HollywoodWrestling.com, Channel 56, KDOC, every Saturday night, 1 a.m.
Do you have any nude photos up there you're selling of yourself?
Selling?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'd sell them, but
You
give them away.
You give them away? Okay,
sure.
cool. I have a market for that, I think.
That'll work.
I'm Ric Drasin. You catch me at rickdrasin.com and rickscorner.com, where I do interviews with legends of bodybuilding and pro wrestling. And today I'm being sponsored by Anabolic Outlaws, who gave me this shirt and 2 other shirts. It's a good website for nutrition and bodybuilding supplements. Look them up, anabolicoutlaws.com. And stay tuned now for old school wrestling so we can tear apart. I have some nice videos of some ladies wrestling way back in the day. We'll have fun.
All right.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.